Welcome, my beautiful Gemini friends. This is actually a reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. I'm Wendy Irene, founder of GiveLoveCreateHappiness.com. Thank you so much for joining me. It's such an honor to have you here with me. So I want you to remember that the cards and the tarot cannot dictate your life. You're the one creating that. So I really want you to see it as like tips or advice from the universe. And the most important thing is that you're using your intuition. So I want you to see this as simply a bridge to your own inner knowing, because the answers are really within you. And if you sit back with the intention of hearing whatever it is that wants to be heard from within you with love, as opposed to any fears, I feel like you can really get some great messages. And I don't think that, you can either be someone that thinks that everything happens for a reason and that you're here for a reason, or you can be someone that sees it all as like random. But I personally believe that if you're here and you're watching this, it's because you're meant to. Okay, so be sure to check out your moon and rising sign videos as well, because for me it makes more sense when you combine the energies. There's so many things that influence us. The first card that came up, actually, before we get started, I have to say, Gemini, it is all swords and all fire energy that came up. So for some of you, you may be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Aquarius. I'm sorry, not Aquarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aquarius is air. Or you could be dealing with an air sign because there's air here, but that's also your energy. So Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra are all air energies. So it doesn't have to be that you're dealing with someone with either fire or air, but you may be, especially when I see that all come up, and it looks like there's two progressions here. For me, when I look at this, we have the Page of Wands and the King of Wands, and we have in this deck it's called the Knave, but the Knave of Swords, which is the Page of Swords, and then the King of Swords. So I feel like it's two people here really growing. Like it's like these two people are going from being the Knave of Swords, of air and fire, into the King energy. So it's like this big spiritual growth between two people. I think I feel like it's happening together at the same time almost, which is really interesting. The Four of Swords is the first card that came up, and this is in the past energy. So I feel like there have been times where you felt like you were really weighed down with your thoughts, or it was almost like you're in this mental prison. See her holding her hands. Like you're weighed down by stress, or like maybe you have too much negative thinking that was going on in the past, or you just didn't feel balanced in your mind. But that's the good thing, is that this is in the past. And then with the Knave of Wands being here and then the Knave of Swords, it's like I feel like there's this big progression. Like it's like you've taken these big steps, really worked on your mind, getting to a very... And nobody that I know doesn't struggle sometimes with negative thinking or worry or stress. So like that doesn't mean that you haven't taken huge steps to really balance your mind, because it does, because I feel like that's really happened here. There's been a huge maturity that's occurred. Okay, so in the present energy is the Knave of Wands. So some of you might be dealing with a fire sign, like I said, that has at the same time as you is progressing into this King energy. This can also be an important message coming in. And it is a positive message here with the Knave of Wands. And it also represents travel and the arts and foreign cultures. So some of you might have that kind of going on in your manifesting, or you've been thinking about travel, or you've been thinking about the arts, or you've been missing them. But that's also what it can mean. So it also, for some of you where you're not dealing with another person in specific, this really, it can be like there's this important message that's really positive that's going to come in for you. And I would say to affirm, I accept the blessings that are coming into my life. I accept the blessings. I always like to affirm that the King of Wands. So I love how it goes from the Knave of Wands to the King of Wands, like a progression. And the fact that it went Knave, King, and that's how it was pulled exactly is really amazing. And the King of Wands is like, this is a person of status, of influence. independent energy. This is a person that's inclined to help those they care about. So if you're dealing with a fire sign, it could be that's what's going on, but it doesn't have to be that they're a fire sign, because it's just simply energy. So this person, if this is a person for you, it feels like they're someone that really helps those they care about and is influential in a really positive way here. And it can also be a situation. It doesn't have to be a person. So if it's a situation that's going on, it's an honest situation where everything is as it appears. So there is no hint of deception here. So that might be something that you were looking for clarification on. But it is what it appears to be. There's no deception here for you. And this is also energy, this King of Wands is energy of good fortune and also good news. So now there's two cards here where it's like this good news coming in. I accept the blessings coming into my life, and I am grateful for them. Okay, so then the Knave of Swords and then the King of Swords. So the Knave of Swords here is in the advice column, which is, this is, when I talk about the advice column, like really it's like a saying, don't engage anything that's risky behavior, or, be careful of being overconfident. And that's not to say that you are doing anything risky or you're being overconfident with something. This is just kind of the advice with the Page of Swords, but I feel more like it's here to show the progression. Like maybe that in the past you didn't feel like your mind was balanced. You felt like it was really stressed. You felt almost imprisoned by some of your thoughts and your worries. But now you're going from this to the King of Swords as the outcome. And this is like a strength and authority. This is possibly, and this is your energy. So I love to see the outcome showing up as your energy, because when your energy shows up, it's like really you standing in your power and in your full beauty of who you're created to be. So this can be like, because it's swords, it can be like a teacher or someone that's good with communications, or like any kind of mental work, maybe somebody who's a good counselor. Those might be things that are past that you have considered. But like, even if it's with your friends, it's like you're a good counselor. You're a good person. People can come to you for good advice. You can express yourself well and think clearly in this energy. And it could also mean that you're ready to communicate about something, or that you're basically having a spiritual breakthrough. And when I see it like this, I feel for many of you, there's two people here that are both having spiritual breakthroughs, that are really moving forward in this beautiful way from the Knave to the King energy, which is great. And it could be that your relationship is progressing like that too, maybe just getting that much stronger and that much deeper. But even if you're not dealing with another person, it is a message, a positive message coming in. And I feel like your mind is becoming really balanced. Like you've put in a lot of effort, and that's really part of the spiritual breakthrough. And when you do that, you draw to you such good things, right? Like when you and like nobody thinks positively all the time, but the more that you can decide to look at things in a positive way, the more you attract good into your life. And I know you hear that all the time, but it's really true. Because if you're looking at everything like in this gratitude and in this positive light, then your life is positive, because it is what you are creating. You are deciding to see the good. And I really, truly, for me, believe that like things happen for divine reasons. So having that faith that things are happening for your good, that you are like unconditionally loved, it makes whatever's going on a lot lighter, because you realize that it's happening for you for a good reason, and that things really aren't an accident. Okay, Gemini, I hope you got some messages that were helpful. It was wonderful to be here with you. I am sending you my support and my love and light, and I hope you have a beautiful week. I will see you again soon. Bye.